The Real Estate Hour, the longest-running real estate talk show in the North Bay, heard every Sunday morning right here on KSRO for over 35 years. Hosted by Allison Norman and Stephanie Norman, local realtors with local real estate experience. And now, here are Allison and Stephanie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you feeling the Christmas spirit in the air? And the rush to get into a home?
Right.
Christmas.
Yeah. So how many days do we have left to get into a home by Christmas?
Well, a little over, what is today? The 20, yeah, you've got about a month.
23rd, so it's still on the 25th, right?
Right, yes, but Christmas Eve is a very busy day at the title companies in the county, and I believe they close early usually on Christmas Eve, and good for them so they can be home with their families. But yeah, so the typical escrow takes about 30 days, although a lot of our great local lenders can do it much faster than that. Mm-hmm. Some sellers don't want to do it faster than that because that means now they're moving out and having to do all that right before Christmas. However, some sellers do. Maybe they bought another house and they're already moved out, or they're already ready and they're excited to go to their new house.
So what you're saying is we're about at the deadline right now.
It's about, yeah, but have no fear. If you had these big plans and goals of buying a house this year and you just didn't get it done. I mean, you do have another week after Christmas. Mm-hmm. If you don't close by Christmas, you do have the other week, but it's also just a good time to kind of reflect on, and if it is one of your goals, move it forward. Don't be discouraged. Move it forward to next year, and we're happy to help, sit down with you. Go over, the steps, and if it was a goal for you this year, you should have already talked to a lender. You should have sat down and talked to a realtor, and we really help you get in a position where you can buy, or to understand when you can. And maybe it's not this year. Maybe it's a 5-year plan. Maybe it's a 2-year. Maybe it's a 1-year plan. But get started and do it. So if you didn't get there this year, don't be discouraged, because it doesn't mean you have to throw in the towel. Yes. And there's a lot of ways that we can help you, so reach out. We'd love to help you. We genuinely, not just because it's how we pay our bills, but working for you, but we both genuinely love and enjoy working with people and getting you into a home, or getting your home sold and getting you moved to where you need to be. Maybe you need to be closer to family, and we're in it with you, and
Definitely,
we are,
and we're local
laughing and
realtors here in Sonoma County.
Yes. And we've been through it all. We can help you with whatever your issue is. And, we get so many times a year somebody say, like when they're going to put their house on the market, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, the house is a mess. It's not ready. We're going to, and it's like, you're never going to be ready. And we're not telling you to put your house on the market right now. We're saying, have us over. We'll take a look at your house. We can see past your clutter. I mean, my house has clutter too. Where nobody's perfect. We're not walking in wanting to see a market ready home. We want to see, and we're put our eyes on it, tell you what some things that you should do that we think and know from our experience matters to buyers, right?
Definitely.
So give us a call. Don't say, oh, it's not ready. It'll be ready. I've got to clean first. I've got to do this. There's too much clutter. It's like, let us come in and say, this is what you should do. We can help you. We have people that can help you. Sometimes it's just really overwhelming. Especially if you've lived somewhere for a long time, just the accumulation of things, stuff, memorabilia, and things that you think are important to you. And I'm talking to myself too, because I have my garage full of things that my sister and I still need to go through from my mom's home that we cleared out and sold when she passed.
It's hard to let things go.
It is hard. So we actually have people that can help you through that. There's the Donna Declutter is great. There's a couple other organizers and declutters, and they're really good at coming in and saying, here's some things you need to do. How important is this? I don't know if you've...
Does it bring you joy?
Does it bring you joy, right? And then there was an HGTV show that was They take all of your stuff and put it out on this like tarp in the driveway, and then just kind of start going through it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, if this is if it means something to you, then put it in a frame, put it in a display, put it somewhere. Don't put it in a box in the storage, because then you might as well give it to somebody else that's going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got way off topic of that. We will we usually around the beginning of the year have some kind of organizer on the show to kind of talk about tips like that. We're also starting a series. Speaking of goals, we are committing to. We're going to do some events, public events for clients, past clients, friends, and radio show listeners. Anybody that wants to come, first time buyer. We're going to do some fun things as well. And maybe we have scheduled Russell Marsan for a February workshop about 1031 exchange. So we're going to be doing these workshops. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have a first time buyer one. Anyway, so that's what our goals are coming up, to really provide more information beyond the radio show.
Yeah. And I wanted to throw out there that we do cover 5 counties.
We do, not just Sonoma.
And we would love to help you.
Absolutely.
We know lots of good lenders around that we can refer you to. Yeah. And if you are looking outside of where we work, we have lots of good realtors we can refer you to.
Yeah, we have a whole network. A lot of it through our international Keller Williams Realty, which is not just the United States, they're all over the world. So wherever you're thinking of buying a house, we most likely know somebody that we've personally met at our convention. So we're happy to refer you to somebody anywhere in the world.
And you can always reach us at 707-799-3617, or you can email us at nodumbquestion@gmail.com.
Alrighty. So before I forget, I will be we're having an open house today at our PUD townhouse, 2024 Knowles Drive. Price $585, and it's open from 1 to 4. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Really low. I think it's the lowest, and I say that with an asterisk of, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's the lowest HOA for that area of $215 a month. And so 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's a split level, really kind of cool split level, open floor plan. And the owner has just gone through and done tons of updates. And it's not a flip. She's lived there for a long time, and she just, as she lived there, she updated some things, and then she did some last minute things getting it ready for the market. But it's just a really clean, ready to go. Any VA buyers out there, this one is ready for you, and that's a real tough sometimes to get that VA, because repairs are often needed and required by the Veterans Administration. So anyway, so we'll be there, or at least one of us will be there from 1 to 4 today. 2024 Knowles Drive. That's over in beautiful Bennett Valley. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about today? There's some events that will just give you some little tidbits of that, and then we'll send you to our Facebook page to get the additional information. And we're having a coat drive also, Keller Williams Realty.
Oh, yes.
We're having our annual coat drive. If you have some coats that no longer fit the kids, they outgrew them, or you went out and bought yourself a new coat and you don't need the other coat, or you've got, grandpa's coat that's been in your garage or your closet for years. There are people out there that need warm clothing right now. We're heading into that season. It sure did get cold this last week.
Oh,
right?
it did, yes.
Burr. Anyway, if you have a coat, they love, extra large, because then they can layer, so, I don't have I think it's Catholic Charities. I forget. There's usually a few different charities that we give the coats to every year. But if you have some, set them aside. Give us a call or text. Say, hey, I've got some coats. You want to swing by and pick them up? We're happy to do that. Again, at 707-799-3617. And or you can bring it into the Keller Williams office on Mendocino Ave, or at 3333 Mendocino Ave, Suite 100, and they're collecting them there as well. So if you have coats, and you've just been hanging on to them, or if if you're in the thrift store and you see a great coat and it's not, it's within your budget to buy it for someone and send it over to our coat drive. Anyway, we'd appreciate, and all of the recipients that need some warm coats would appreciate it too, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Going to tell you about a couple of fun events happening in the week of Thanksgiving, which is next this week already. Oh, and then really? Our topics are going to have kind of be having to do with things that we're thankful for, and things also why it's a good time to be putting your house on the market or continue shopping for a home right now during the holiday season. All right, I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back. Good morning. We're back. It is the Real Estate Hour. So we're going to talk a little bit about. Oh, good. You went to. So we're looking on my phone today. But so there are some fun events happening, and if you're anything like me, I always seem to hear about them after they happen.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I missed that one. So
the best place to find events would be, I really like Happening Sonoma County. They're very good at posting events that are happening.
Yes.
Within the month or within the week. And then there's also just good old Google.
Yeah.
What are some events happening this week, or Thanksgiving events,
right.
Christmas
Chat
events.
GPT is also good.
There's also, or you could look up like where to see Christmas lights in Sonoma County.
Yeah,
and there's usually a list.
And we try and
really
post
helpful.
things on our Facebook page, which is the Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman. All of these things we're going to mention are actually on our Facebook page, or the link to. There's SonomaCounty.com also has a good list. They put together things that are happening today and then this week. They have a nice calendar. There is the day after the day of Thanksgiving, Healdsburg has their annual Turkey Trot, which it's a marathon. I think it's a marathon or half marathon or something.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have a lot of fun with that. So look up Healdsburg Turkey Trot. The day after, there's the Turkey Waddle, which is a slower walk. I think it's a walk through. And I was looking for the information, and it's not. I think I posted that on our Facebook page. But anyway, yeah. So there's a Turkey Waddle, and then the day after Thanksgiving, also downtown Santa Rosa has a big festival that they're having a lighting ceremony and all of that for their lighting up. The downtown area, the big downtown Santa Rosa Square, and the Saturday after Thanksgiving, Santa and Mrs. Claus arrive in Petaluma.
Oh, that's so
which
exciting.
is a very classic, long time. I don't know what year they're in of this, but it's an annual tradition where they come in on a boat into the turning basin, and it's a big event. And so that is happening the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and that also is on our Facebook page. The Flamingo has a tiki themed. If you haven't been in the Flamingo recently, they did a really nice update and really embrace that mid-century modern feel of the era of when the Flamingo was the place to be, and back in the day. but they're doing a Sippin' Santa kickoff, and then that goes on. This is the kickoff, and they've really kind of boosted their tiki theme for the holidays. The other thing, Brewster's, you introduced me to that.
Oh, yeah.
Brewster's, while you're in Petaluma waiting for Santa and Mrs. Claus, Brewster's Beer Garden, I believe it is. Holy cow, they go all out for the holidays. If you want to go see some really cool decorated area or decorated place, they have outside. They're kind of outside but also covered, and they usually have specialty drinks for the holiday. I had a really good blueberry beer there one time that I've never been able to find again. It was really good. It sounds weird, I know, but it was actually had a really good flavor. But they do usually have some holiday themed drinks. So check out Brewster's. This is just not a paid endorsement. This is just somewhere. None of this is. Places that we've been that are just wow. And if you we should do a post on our Facebook for people to put their favorite places to go during the holidays.
That's a good idea.
So maybe go do that, because we'd love to share that information. And
or if you have one you'd like to share with us, you can always text us or
call right
email
now, 707-636-1350. If you got an event that we missed and you want to make sure people know about it.
Definitely.
Anyway, so those are some of the things. I know. We'll put Joe to work. I don't know. People are still drinking their coffee. They're not ready for a phone call. Anyway, so those are just.
Actually, I want to throw in one thing. There's been an update from the Sonoma County Sheriffs. They have located Lawrence Cassidy in Santa Rosa.
Oh, good.
So he is captured.
Good.
I got a feeling
the Brush Creek was really.
It's a big coincidence that the shelter in place.
Yeah.
It's probably the same thing.
Yeah,
but
he has been arrested. So
don't take our word
relax.
For that. Yes, but yes. Okay, good. Good to know. Thanks. See, KSRO keeping you up to date on the news, even during the radio show. Even though during some people wonder if we're a live local radio show. Yes, we are.
Oh, we're very live.
We're live and local. In fact,
sometimes live.
Yeah, almost no. If it falls
alive.
Oh, sometimes alive. Yes. Sometimes lively. Is that what you're saying, Joe? Only sometimes. We're always lively here. Anyway, okay. So that's kind of the extent of what we have. If you have a favorite event that we missed, let us know. But also go to those, go to our Facebook page, go to those different places, find some events, get out there, enjoy what all that Sonoma County has to offer. Mm-hmm. There's a lot, Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot, and there's a lot to be thankful for too.
There is, and we're going to talk about that. Also, what time is it right now? We'll probably do it after. Yeah. So we'll go through a quick list of things that we're thankful for. Having to do with real estate. There's others, family, all of that, health and all those, but really having to, not to dismiss those is not important, but what we're talking about really right now is real estate. Thankful for this year, the lower interest rates. Mm-hmm. Thank goodness. They softened a little. They're not as low as, and they probably won't be for a very long time, down to that 3, under 3. That was an anomaly. It had to do with COVID and had to do with the craziness that was happening in the world. But lower interest rates now, they're now down in the 6s. For most cases, you may be quoted something higher. That probably has something to do with your interest rate, your specific situation, your credit score, or your credit worthiness. Anyway, and then with those lower rates, we're seeing much more inventory. Although when we talk about the numbers, you'll see they're down a little bit. That's because we're heading into the holidays and the winter months. We're thankful for the first-time buyer programs. There's a lot coming out that are really there to help. And all of our great lenders who are willing to just sit down with no commitment to a paycheck at the end, just like the realtors. We get paid when we get you into a house. They get paid when they get you into a loan, that'll get you into a house. Yeah. But we have some really good lenders that'll really take the time to sit down and explain to you what you need to do to get yourself in a position to buy or to sell, and then maybe you can get a bridge loan. Maybe you can get some kind of, how do I move from here to here? And which is the best way to go? A lender's going to help you through that process. What kind
lenders are super helpful, especially
they really are. So we're very grateful for them.
A good one that isn't going to push you into buying a home, which normally they don't. I haven't met any like that.
Yeah,
but I know
they're out there.
Because
just like there are, there's bad people everywhere. But I mean, in every profession, there's the bad apples. But so we recommend the ones that we know, tried and true, are not going to be pushy, and they're not going to bug you, and they're not, and they're going to bug you maybe just enough to say, hey, remember that goal you set? We're here to help you. Unless you say, you know what, I'm done, leave me alone. They'll stop calling you. So don't be afraid of that. And then the VA loan program. So underutilized. There was something that we posted on Facebook that came from I forget where it originated from, but it was like 7 out of 10 veterans don't realize that they are eligible for VA financing with zero money down. Wow. That's a pretty staggering number. Mm-hmm. So we're here to remind you, if you know a veteran or if you are one, that VA loan is a great program, and we would love to help you. And there's somewhat of a stigma around it. It's getting better to where sellers and some agents go, oh, we don't want to take a VA offer, or we don't want to work with veterans because it's too hard. We can't find them a house. That's not true. They just don't know the right way to do it. And we can help you with that.
Make sure that you work with someone that's very educated on VA loans.
Yeah, it's important.
Very important.
It is important. So, and then all of our the move up buyers and the move down buyers, the ones that are actually finally moving around, and that has to that loosens up the market and all that. That's all we have time for now, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll finish our list of what we're thankful for in the real estate market, and then we're going to talk about why Thanksgiving and the holidays are a great time to continue.
And we also have the
market update. Okay, let's take a quick break. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and we will be right back. You're listening to the Real Estate Hour.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to continue our list of the things that we are thankful for as we head into the Thanksgiving time. And like I said, there's real estate related. Yes, this is the real estate version. So there's the the life version and the personal things that we're thankful for. But this is really just what we're thankful for, and the whole entire market should be, and anybody looking, buying or seller should be thankful for. Really, we mentioned lower interest rates, more inventory, which those two together have really opened up the market. The first-time buyer programs, and then the VA buyer programs, and really also just thankful for all of the service members and all of the federal workers that stuck it out and didn't get paid for all that time.
Oh yeah,
thank you for that as well.
Thank you so much.
If you are a veteran, really look into that VA loan. It's a really good loan. It's what you're owed as part of your service, and take advantage of it. It's a really good, there's also some really, not so much here in California, but in lower priced areas where there's this whole program that I've been learning about where you can buy investment properties with your VA loan, which is normally you have to own it, but they're switching from one to another, using up that they have a oh my gosh, I lost the word. Entitlement and of a certain percentage. I'm talking with my hands over here, and Stephanie's laughing at me. Anyway, so chat with us if you're a veteran and you are trying to figure out how to take advantage of your VA entitlement.
Reach out to us, and we would love to help you.
Yes, so we're thankful for that. And then I mentioned the move up, move down market is really loosening up. That has to do with the low interest rates, which really not lower interest rates, that people that are in that 3% or lower are really not wanting to sell their house and move into now a 6% interest rate. There was some chatter about the portable mortgage. I think it's just chatter. I don't think it's anything that anyone's seriously considering, but maybe stay tuned. We'll see about that. But that's where you could take that low interest rate with you.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be amazing? Don't know how it will work. We'll talk about that if it becomes more of a reality. But and then most importantly, our clients, our listeners, all of you, people who mention our name when real estate comes up. This is how we make our living, not here on the radio, but helping you buy or sell a home. Advising, we don't get paid for advising you, but eventually buying or selling a home is how we get paid. It's how we pay our bills. It's how, how we love what we do. And we love what we do, and we absolutely appreciate when you see the value that we bring and you recommend us to other people. So thank you to everyone. Our clients who've taken, who've trusted us to get the job done and do the work for them. And get them to where they're achieving their goals. You all have a special place in our hearts. And then, and even the people who just mention our name, it's just if you talk to Allison and Stephanie, they're great.
And just those of you that are tuning into the show today and all the other days. Yes. Listening
thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're grateful for all of you. So let's get into that being said. One other thing I want to say before I forget. Having to do with the Thanksgiving holidays and just the holidays coming up. It's a really good time. So we work with a lot of seniors and their families. And I'm involved with a group that's called Section on Aging, that is a networking group of people that work with seniors and their families and healthcare providers. But it's a really good time when you're visiting grandma or grandpa or the aunt or whatever. They come to visit, or you're going to their house, and you haven't seen them for a while. It's a lot of times people notice, oh, wow, they're really declining. Or, oh, wow, their house is really, they're not able to keep up. There's, things that are not safe. There are things that, they're not eating right. They don't have any food in their refrigerator. They, all of those things, really be aware of that. And a lot of times during the holidays is when family members go, oh, wow, we really need to do something. So just open your eyes to that and pay attention and look for signs that maybe they need a little bit of help. So, I mean, you should be doing that all the time, but it's statistically during the holidays is when people notice that their parents or their grandparents or relatives or even a neighbor stop by and say, hey, here's some Christmas cookies, and see how they're doing. So
definitely
do that.
And I just wanted to add to that with seeing family getting all together, have discussions on everything. Like all the family history. Well,
the family history. I feel like everything was. Well, leave everything. Politics out of it, but yeah.
Not that. But I mean, talk about all the family history. Learn about the family that you don't know. Yeah. Things you didn't know before. Ask those questions. It's very important to know your family history.
It is,
especially medical history. I'm just gonna throw that out there because I went through it.
And you didn't know.
And I didn't know any of my family medical history. So it's good to just talk about all of those things, bring them up about, we learned a lot about our family history just after the fact.
After being diagnosed with different things and finding out that cancer runs in our family. And I had inklings of, hearing about, I knew that my father had his mother and his sister had died of cancer, 2 different types of cancer. And then he had had a niece that died of cancer, and then he had other people that had cancer, but he never had cancer. And so,
and he never talked about
it. And he didn't really talk about it much. So we found out that we had a genetic high risk for certain types of cancer. And so have those conversations. There's a UCSF has a great they're still doing it. They have a program called Kin Talk, and it actually helps you with just the questions to ask and to get out there and find out if you're seeing even if it's not a really strong history, but if you're seeing it scattered here and about, find out about it. Ask those questions. Hey, could this be a genetic thing? Does it seem like it's something? And there's anyway. So
I didn't want to get too off topic, but just while you're gathering with family that maybe you don't see very often, and you're wondering, you don't know family history, bring those topics up and just ask about it.
Hey.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Yeah, and it's good to also just interview, just a life experience. We actually went to a celebration of life yesterday, and we were talking to a couple people, and like, I didn't know this about the family. I didn't know the history. I didn't know. And it's like, there's a lot of things. I think the older generation shared more. They shared less about health and all of that, but they shared more about the family history. And so the newer generations are all really, I didn't know that about our great grandfather, that in this case he served in the without getting into too much detail, it was the Fab 100. It was the federal Foreign Affairs Bureau, and the Fab 100 was a group of Chinese service members from China who were interpreters. They helped build the Burma Road. All of this you don't hear about in the history. And talking to one of the relatives, she's like, I didn't really know much about that. I didn't know, so do video interviews of your family members. It's a fun time to do it, and it's great historical diary of your family history. And so many questions I wish I had talked to, asked my mom about our family history. So, and my dad, who's was gone 20 years before my mom was. So anyway, wow, we got way off track. But hey, what the heck? It's Thanksgiving. These things to really kind of dive deep and think about family.
It's family time.
It is family time.
Whether they're blood related or not, they're family.
Absolutely.
And just have
the conversation, and to keep it, a visual and knowledge of, diary of or accounting of what your family history, or history in general. Okay, so do we have time? Let's talk about the real estate market right now. Here in Sonoma County, the real estate market we take a look at every week. We're looking at the broad Sonoma County market, which is much better than looking at the national numbers. It's much better than looking at California or even North Bay numbers. However, keep in mind it is all of Sonoma County, right? So it's not your neighborhood. It's not your type of property. It's specifically your price point. It's the entire market. But it's a good idea to kind of see the strength of the market, or the lack thereof. If it's not doing well right now, it's doing pretty good. But anyway, so that's why we look at the broad Sonoma County market. We're happy to break it down, right?
Yes. I was just going to say that.
Okay, do it.
Oh,
say it.
We can. If you are wanting to know what your specific neighborhood looks like, or maybe another area you're looking at and curious about, we are more than happy to look that up for you and let you know what it looks like.
Thank you. You always reel me back in and say, hey, remind them that. Okay, yeah, so we can do it. And we can send it to you weekly, monthly. We can keep you posted on what's happening in your specific neighborhood. So here's a look at the entire Sonoma County market. Right now, we have currently active on the market 821 listings. Active listings in the single family category. That number's been declining over the last few weeks. It was up over 1,000 maybe a month ago. And that's nothing to be alarmed about. It's the holidays. People think that it's not a good time to have your house on the market, so they either pull it off the market or they wait till spring, which we think is not a great idea, and we're going to tell you why. But anyway, there's 821 active right now. Median home price for those that are active single-family homes is $1,247,000. There are 285 in escrow. That number's a tiny bit low as well. We've been kind of sitting at around between 300 and 350 in escrow, so a little bit lower as well. Again, heading into the holidays, people think it's time to stop real estate for some reason. 899,000 is the median price of what's in escrow right now. Condos, we have a whopping 126 active condos and townhouses on the market. That is a big number. It's actually up a little bit, tiny bit, just a few. But there's a lot of inventory in the condo market right now. There are 45 in escrow. And mobile homes, we have 83 active mobile homes with 32 in escrow. That number is pretty consistent with what it has been. Multi-units, we have 105 multi-units on the market. That's actually down a little. I thought that was a really big number, but it's actually down a little bit, a tiny bit. But 105 active multi-units, 2 to 4 units, duplex, triplex, fourplex, or multiple homes on a parcel as long as it's under 4 units. Once it gets to 5, it becomes more of a commercial product, so it doesn't come up on a residential search. And 35 in escrow, so a big difference between what's in escrow and what's active on the market. Our land numbers are still over 300 at 304. This is buildable lots and land. That's a big number, but it's been that for a good part of this year. It's been over 300.
Yeah.
For the first time in a few years, really. All of a sudden it was inching up, and then boom, it went over 300. Well, there's just 30 in escrow. We do still have that land. It's 1860 Marquette Springs Road. It is listed at $750,000. It's 22 acres on Marquette Springs Road with a nice strong well, and I'm ready for you to build. It needs a septic, but we've got some past septic plans and perk and all that. Along with that, there is a second parcel that he's selling together with the 2 parcels. It's $1,595,000 for the 2 parcels. It totals 35 acres, and it does have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2019 manufactured home on a permanent foundation. Septic on that parcel, a 4-bedroom septic, and another well on that parcel. And that one is up and running and being lived in right now. And you could move in there. You could put 3 other units on those 2 parcels. So it's a great opportunity for somebody. 1990 Marquette Springs Road or 1860 Marquette Springs Road.
Did you say the price on that?
$1,595,000. I think I did, but yeah, $1,595,000 is what it's listed for the 2 parcels together, or $795,000 for the 1860 for just the 22 acres. It's a really great opportunity for somebody to get in there and build their own family compound, or just live in that manufactured home. And I say manufactured home, but it's a home. It's a real solid on the permanent foundation. It's got a huge balcony deck out front. It has 2 bathrooms. It has a nice laundry closet. It's nice big open living room, kitchen. Tall ceilings, so not, this is not a mobile home, it's a manufactured home. Anyway, it's a great property. Give us a call if you want to go check that out. You have the hot sheet?
I do.
So
are we ready for it?
We are. Your market snapshot.
So the market snapshot, otherwise known as the hot sheet, from last Sunday to today. So for Sonoma County single-family residential, new listings are 66 with a median list price of $849,000. Back on market 15, price reduction 38. In escrow 54, pending also 54. Closed 70 with a median sold price of $787,000 with 81 days on the market. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you who either bought or sold a home and all of those who were involved. And it also goes along with Thanksgiving.
I know what we're thankful for.
So grateful for all of the appraisals, the appraisers, the lenders,
the title
companies,
all of their assistants that are working in the background making them look good.
Yes, there's so many people involved to make a transaction happen, and it is just amazing. And so,
yes,
thank you and congratulations.
Congrats to all of you. You're going to be in a home by Christmas.
Woohoo!
It's as if we planned that. Woohoo! I just want to say the reason we break down in escrow and pending into 2 different categories is in escrow, it means basically there's a contingent there, and not always. When they go into escrow, sometimes they're automatically right into pending, but typically it goes into escrow as a contingent sale, which means there are exit lanes. There's places that a buyer can back out, so it's not a for sure thing. Until it goes to pending. That means there's no longer any contingencies. And like I said, sometimes cash offer, no contingency, no inspection contingency, no any kind of contingencies, that's going to go straight to pending. But otherwise, it goes in escrow, then it goes to pending. And pending means you're sure you're going to buy this house. You've done all your inspections. You've got your appraisal. That came in good. The loan was approved and cleared and ready to go. Then we move it to pending in the MLS. So that's the difference in why we break it down to 2. Is one's a for sure thing, which is pending, almost like 99%. Because sometimes they fall apart even when they're pending, and then that's a whole other thing. But in escrow means that it could come back on the market. Right?
Yes.
That's why we break it down. Anyway, all right, let's take a quick break. Come back. We're going to talk about why we think that it's the best time, one of the best times of the year to be looking for or selling a house right now during the holiday season. All right, I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back.
Morning.
Good morning. We're back. We're going to talk a little bit about why, we hear so many people say, oh, it's the holidays, we're going to wait, we're going to put off, we're going to look for a house in the spring, or after all of the holidays, we're going to be busy with our family or whatever, and we hear that from, and not that there's not something important about being with your family, but you can do both. But also people that are thinking about selling, or maybe they have the house on the market and they go, oh, we're going to take a break, take it off the market. Honestly, if it's still sitting on the market and that you need to take a break and take it off the market, you may have not priced it right, because that's typically why something isn't selling right now. But anyway, we're going to tell you why we think it's the best time of the year, really, to be doing both, buyer or seller, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty.
So the buyers active during Thanksgiving week are the most motivated of the year. Relocation buyers, tax-driven purchases, and families visiting Sonoma County who decide they want to live here. With less competition and more serious intent on both sides, Thanksgiving often brings some of the strongest buyers of the year.
Right. We agree. We agree with that statement. Really, because the people who are out shopping right now, as we head into the holidays, they're motivated. They're not just like, oh, thinking about it, looky-loos. They're not, in most cases, not to say there aren't those buyers still out there looking, but in most cases, they're motivated buyers. They actually are ready to buy a house, and they are maybe they want to be in a home by Christmas, or they have a deadline end of the year. We have investors who are in an exchange. Maybe they're running out of time and they need to they need to close on something.
Yeah.
We have job transfers. A lot of times a job transfer happens, the corporate stuff, it'll happen at the beginning of the year. So they have to do something. They're in that, right now they're trying to sell a home. In fact, we have somebody in our neighborhood who had a new job, and is trying to sell their house. So I mean, this is not just information we're throwing out. This is tried and true data that job transfers and relocation deadlines happen. And then end of year goals, and that really drives the urgency to get into a home. So if you're a seller and you're going, I think I'm going to take my house off the market, gosh, you're missing a really strong segment of the market that has to buy right now. And so anyway, so if you're not one of the homes that is pulling your house off the market, or one of the sellers, you're facing, if you're on the market still, you stay on the market through the holidays, you've got less competition. You don't have, and that's why we usually say don't wait till spring, is because that's when everyone goes, I'm going to wait till spring. I'm going to wait till spring. I'm going to wait till spring. And so then all of these houses flood the market in the spring, and now you've got all this competition, and now you're having to price aggressively because you have to look a little bit better than the house next door that's also on the market, so... that's the same as right now during the holidays, End of year tax planning is also a reason why, having to do with 1031 exchange, or maybe you need to sell. There's the tax people know more about this than I do, but often we hear that somebody has to close this year because the capital gain or whatever it's going to affect their taxes for this year. And sometimes people can't close this year and they have to put it over to the next year. But even those people, they're looking right now because they know they want to sell, but they have to wait till January maybe. But so that's not that far away, right? Like we said, it's like, a little over a month away. So this is why you need to leave your house on the market. There's people out there that have to buy. There's also buyers keep looking because there's sellers that have to sell, and maybe they're willing to take they're willing to be a little more negotiable because they really need to get to that other town to start that new job.
And like you said, it's the same as like when it's springtime, when it's the holidays, you want your house to be one of few, not one of many.
Exactly. You want to be the one, and if you're one of many, you want to be the best one of many.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Boy, some of the things when there's a lot of, like in the condo market, when there's a lot of inventory, it's kind of amazing to me how many homes are not they're not really that, they aren't showing very well. Especially in the condo market. I feel like a lot of them aren't showing that well. And, boy, you've got a lot of competition. Make your place shine, do the things if you have the means and the money to do it. But anyway, okay, quickly moving through this. Buyers have more time off work, extra days off, make room for touring, research, and decision making. And then visiting family inspires a move. A lot of times people come into town and they go, gosh, we should move here. I love Sonoma County. Or they visit their families somewhere else and they go, okay, this is the year we're going to move. Or they notice that mom and dad maybe really need some help, so they want to move closer to them. Yeah. A lot of decisions are made during the holidays. It's a really good time, and there's this misconception that it's not. Out-of-area buyers are especially serious that are traveling during the holidays. They want to get it done right now. They have a strong commitment and clear intent. And then sellers listing during Thanksgiving are serious too. Motivated sellers create smoother, more purposeful transactions. So don't take your house off the market for the holidays. Unless you absolutely have to. And at the end of the day, it's what works best for you and your family. But if you're serious about buying or selling, don't take a break during the holidays. And hopefully your realtor is not either.
Yes.
A lot of realtors kind of shut down, and this is nothing against the realtors, but a lot of times they go, okay, it's December, we're just going to take a break. Nobody's selling anyway, but that's so not true. And be available, hopefully. Be available. I'm sorry, me preaching to the other realtors in the room, but Sorry, do you. The reason we got into real estate is so we can do the business the way we want to do it. But anyway, Stephanie and I are available during the holidays. We always, and if not.
And on vacation.
All the time. And a lot of realtors are. I'm sorry. I hope that didn't sound like I was bashing realtors, because I'm not. There's a lot of really good realtors. It just is statistically, a lot of realtors kind of shut down for during the holidays. But anyway, so I'm speaking. We don't, but a lot of them don't either. And my point, I guess, is there's a lot of business to be had. There's a lot of people that need you to be there for them. Anyway, it's a good time. It's not a good time to stop. Don't any of us out there. If your goal was to get into a house by the end of the year, we're here to make it happen for you.
Yes.
So, and yeah, and the other thing I was thinking is people want to wait till the spring, but really spring is our wet season here.
That's
this is when it rains in the spring and late winter. February, March is when we've had all of the big floods that we get. It's February, March. Why would you wait till then to put your house on the market when we have a beautiful, beautiful winter here in Sonoma County? Anyway, that's all we got. I'm sorry if I sound a little preachy there at the end. Like I said, you do you, but if you're ready, we are ready to help you. We'd love to help you with all your real estate needs.
You can find us on Facebook, The Real Estate Hour with Allison Stephanie Norman, YouTube,
Sonoma County Real Estate Hour. We're on YouTube. We'll be up later this afternoon with today's show.
Or call us 707-799-3617.
Woohoo! I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team. You've been listening to the Real Estate Hour. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
The Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman. The Norman Home Team on KSRO. Join them every Sunday morning at 9. Sonoma County real estate market knowledge from real estate professionals born and raised in the North Bay. The Real Estate Hour with Allison Norman and Stephanie Norman. Sunday mornings at 9 on KSRO and KSRO.com.